Hey guys, welcome back to the MJ Gooner podcast right here for the MJ Gooner Talk. And of course, there are a lot of agendas going on. It's been a week since I posted anything on this channel or on this matter, Arsenal matter. And yeah, I somehow went over some of the more of a general footballing stuff on my career mode, the Brighton career mode. If you guys are interested in FIFA gameplay, go ahead to that channel and you'll probably hear me talk a lot more about the footballing matters. So there are quite a lot of agendas, like I said, and the first one we wanted to talk about, it's Declan Rice. Of course, there was quite a lot of rumors going around that the deal could be struck very soon. Of course, Declan Rice recently won the Conference League with West Ham last week, and right now he took a little bit of vacation, 2-3 days, and he is back on track with the England squad right now. And of course, today is June 14th. A few hours ago, it was the official day for the summer transfer window is officially open, which means right now a lot of clubs are going to go ham on players, and Arsenal is one of them. Right now, they are prioritizing which players that they want to sign first. And obviously, clearly, Declan Rice is the number one target for Arsenal. Again, I love the player. Of course, certainly there is a English tax. And of course, we all know that, or at least rumors going around, or sources going around saying that a fee of 100 million plus could be struck very soon. I think 92 million will be up on the table, and there are quite a bit of an add-on if Arsenal win the Premier League and also Champions League. It will be in the region of 100 million in total, maybe a little bit more, but honestly, it's very expensive for sure. But I mean, if Arteta loves the player, if Arsenal has been tracking this player for a while, and plus personal term has already been agreed between both parties, there's nothing wrong, or I don't think anything would happen to that, or at least I don't think there will be a collapse on the personal side. But right now it's all about dealing with the West Ham camp. And hopefully, I think Fabrizio Romano saying that by the end of this week, Arsenal will be making a proposal. But currently, right now, with the ongoing proposal, it seems to be a good one. A good one to the point where West Ham is quite likely to agree very soon. And hopefully by next Sunday or next Sunday, we'll be able to officially sign Declan Rice again. We all really want to sign players right before the preseason. Again, I always overlook or underlook, or I always think that preseason doesn't do anything. But, for the past few years, I realized how important preseason can be to certain players. For example, David Vieira, who missed a important preseason last season through an injury, and it also reflect on his performance this season. By the time he tried to get into the squad, or trying to integrate into the squad in terms of how we played, it's a little bit too late, and it took him quite a while to integrate into the camp. But again, Declan Rice, Premier League proven. Still, he needs a preseason, but we are very close to signing him. And fingers crossed that by the time I record this video, terms will be agreed between both clubs, and he will be our official signing for the first one. Second one, it's Caicedo. Again, I really do love the player. On my Brighton career mode, I didn't use him quite a lot, but I made a mistake on that. But in real life, he has been tremendous. I think he is definitely one of the player of the season for Brighton. Quite versatile, playing as a CDM. I don't know if he's a number 8 or not, but in terms of CDM, he could be right there, even as a number 8, or even as a inverted right back. Again, we saw that for the last 10 games of the season, where he was kind of shifted by De Zerbi from central defensive midfielder to right wing back. It worked out perfectly for him. And honestly, it shows some sort of versatility on the player. But again, Brighton, it's so certainly going to sell him. But right now, two teams are on the market, on the radar. One is Chelsea, the other one's Arsenal. Personal preference, I don't think there is too much of a matter to it. I think at the end of the day, he wanted to join a Champions League team, which is obviously Arsenal. But again, in terms of the financial part, I'm sure Chelsea will go for a bid. Arsenal might go on a bid as well, but which I will talk about a little bit more later on in this tiny mini podcast. So yeah, 70 to 75 million. Again, I think the main difference between the whole bidding war or the submission of the proposal from the January one to this summer one, it's pretty much right now Brighton is willing to sell. It's a gentleman's agreement. And again, if Arsenal did submit a bid 75 million, it will be likely to be agreed by Brighton. But at the moment, Chelsea might have an upper hand. Of course, a lot of Arsenal fans, including myself, would love to see both Caicedo and Rice joining the squad again. I think both of them are still very young. I think Declan Rice is 24, Caicedo is 21 or 22-year-old. Both of them with great potential and Premier League proven as well. And that's another most important thing in terms of the signings that we have. Being able to adapt it to the Premier League culture and the way how we played, the physicality, technical areas as well. I think those areas are pretty much, will be more superior if you are already in the Premier League for a while. And both of them, again, I think Caicedo played his first season for Brighton or in the Premier League or maybe a couple of seasons. But Declan Rice has been the captain for West Ham for quite a while now. And right now, of course, I don't know. I think he burst onto the scene when he was 19 or 20-something-year-old. Captain's material as well. Again, adding another sort of leadership into the squad. But Caicedo, again, of course, I wanted Declan Rice more than Caicedo in any way. But at the same time, I don't want to rule it out. Of course, I hope Arsenal do not rule out of signing Caicedo. Again, I really love both the players, but in terms of financial budget, we certainly don't want to spend. I mean, we do have the money to spend on both players, but I don't know if Arsenal might want to do that. Spend all the 200 million budget on two midfielders, but somehow couldn't really strengthen other side of the area. But yeah, Caicedo, I would love to see a player, but right now it might not be looking like the case. We might sign him at the moment, but I will not rule that one out. Kai Havertz, a very interesting one. Of course, I think there's more news, more sources coming out this morning saying that Kai Havertz might be moving to Arsenal with 70 million. And which also caused some sort of controversy between that deal and also Caicedo deal. If we somehow pay, for example, 70 million for Kai Havertz, does that mean we are, fueling or adding more or helping Chelsea to sign Caicedo? That's the thing. I don't know about that at the moment. It's if we are signing Kai Havertz, then we're not getting Caicedo. I assume that's the case again. Kai Havertz, he has been slandered by Chelsea fans. Left, right, center, middle, up and down. To the point where I'm not quite sure if Kai Havertz is the play for us, and we don't know where he's going to play, to be honest. He might be playing up front as a false nine, Odegaard's position, which means, it could also mean a lot of ways. Fabio Vieira as a long-term number 8 or loaning him out. We don't know yet. Or Kai Havertz can play as a number 8, but I don't quite see that happening. He is more of a creative attacking midfielder type of player, unless he is playing right behind Odegaard. Again, he is Premier League proven, 3 years in the Chelsea shirt already. I actually do like the player before he moved to Chelsea. I remember he was in Bayer Leverkusen back then. I remember I did one career mode where I did sign him. I don't know that I signed him in any of my career mode, but probably one of the career modes I did sign him. But 70 million for him is a little bit too much because apparently he has no intention to renew the contract. Which means that Chelsea is looking likely to sell him. Again, there are a lot of assets that Arsenal do, want to look into it. For example, the first player that comes to mind was Mason Mount, but right now it seems very likely Mason Mount might be going to Manchester United if the deals are struck correctly. And we did look at Mason Mount, right now Kai Havertz, and we did talk about N'Golo Kante before, but right now seems to be Kai Havertz. It's the answer to Arsenal. Again, we don't quite know where he plays, but I assume I know a lot of people are, doubting about this transfer, but hey, I'm sure a lot of you guys did the same thing with Jorginho when we couldn't sign Caicedo, and turns out it was, he is a very good signing for Arsenal. But if Arteta and the scouting department do believe that Kai Havertz is the player to join Arsenal, then I'm sure Arteta, could revitalize him into the squad. I do love to see that, to be honest. I felt like, for past few signings, it has proven us wrong. Ramsdale, Ben White, Jorginho, and right now Kai Havertz. But apparently Fabrizio Romano saying that Arsenal can get him below 70 million. But again, I don't know if he's like the second priority. But I felt like after signing Rice, I would be very interesting to see whether if Arsenal is going to sign Caicedo as well. Right now, I don't know. He might be playing as number 8. We don't know, but we'll find out more. Apparently, Kai Havertz and also Arsenal have pretty much agreed a personal term. I don't think there's any problem with that. I'm sure with all the players as well. It's just the how Arsenal want to structure the proposal, the fee to the clubs. So we'll wait and see. Another one. Who else? I'm sure we've been linked with these 3 players at the moment, or heavily linked with these 3 players, but Arsenal trying to prioritize the signing. I understand that. So I'm going to let them do the job, and of course I'll be talking about that a little bit more in the future. Saliba, again, his contract extension has pretty much been in place. Verbal agreement has been struck, which is very good. Again, I was a little bit worried that Arsenal might not be able to sign him on a contract extension. Apparently, he is going to earn 200K a week. Again, I think that's quite fair. At least, earning double of what Eddie Nketiah did. Saliba, massive signing. It felt like a new signing to a lot of Arsenal fans, including myself as well. He is such a tremendous part in this Arsenal squad, and the fact that we kind of collapsed in the end without him shows how important he is. And there's no way we have to let him go on a free next season, if I remember correctly, or in 2 years. But I'm very thankful that the contract extension has been agreed. Love that. And right now it's just all about the official announcement. And Reece Nelson, we all know that he did agree to a contract extension with Arsenal, but right now he just needs to sign the contract. Apparently, there are quite a lot of clubs are going at him, but I'm sure Reece Nelson could play such a vitalized role for Arsenal. I think honestly, in terms of substitution impact or impact sub, I think he is definitely that type of player. Even Eddie as an impact sub didn't do that much. I don't think he scored any of the a goal after being subbed on. But Reece Nelson did more contribution than any other player on the bench, and I can see he's that type of player going forward, where he's gonna play such an important role for Arsenal. Again, he'll be earning 100K a week. I think it's a good deal. And the fact that he's 24 same age as I do. Again, he was the original star boy before Bukayo Saka. Yeah, if anything goes wrong, if he doesn't, in a way, doesn't fit into our system anymore, we can still sell him for a good value. Again, Arsenal just trying to protect themselves financially. So we talk about potential incoming and contract extension. I do want to address some of the potential outgoing this season. Again, even though we have quite a flexible budget at the moment, 200 million, I believe so. And the other day, the Cronkies, they're the team, Denver's Nuggets, the NBA team. They won the championship, which means right now Arsenal, it's the only team under Stan Kroenke's ownership that hasn't won a championship yet. Again, hope we are going to do that in the next 2-3 years, to be honest. Again, Premier League or football in general is a very tough sport. Again, a great competition from all over the place. Again, American sports and European sports are totally two different things. Again, I totally understand how it'll be much tougher for Arsenal to achieve that. But right now, if the Stan Kroenkes or if the Kroenkes truly believe what Arteta is building, or truly believe that Arsenal is heading towards the right direction, I have no problem, or I can see that Arsenal is going to be backed 100% financially by the Kroenkes. Maybe we might get a little bit more money coming in after the championship from the NBA. Hopefully that's the case. But again, we have a lot of assets going on in Arsenal. Again, the only links that we heard of is Kieran Tierney. He might be going to Newcastle, and at the same time, I will not be surprised that he's going to Newcastle at the end of the day. Apparently, Arsenal is looking for more than 30 million for him. Again, I think that, well, in the end, it's a profit for Arsenal. We did sign Tierney 25 million from Celtic in 2019. I think that we can sell a little bit more, 40 to 50 million. I think that would be a fair valuation. Jorginho, apparently Lazio want to sign him to reunite himself, and also sorry, I forgot his name. The coach, the former Chelsea manager. Again, I don't want Jorginho to go. I think he's still 1 year left, but we don't know if he triggered the 1 year extension. But hopefully, we need more experience in the middle. I don't want to see him go. Apparently, we can sell him for more than 15 million potentially. Thomas Partey, again, another player that I felt he was pretty much unfairly judged by, just based on how his form dipped quite significantly in the end. But you cannot deny the talent. You cannot deny how good of a player he was first half of the season and also in the middle of the season as well. I think it would be unfair to let him go. And even if you let him go, well, Xhaka's pretty much gone right now. Again, it really depends on if Declan Rice's deal is through. But losing Xhaka is already quite a bit of an asset. But you certainly don't want to lose both Jorginho or Thomas Partey. You need both of them at least, because with the team that we have right now, especially in the middle, we are quite depleted in that area. I don't know who is going to be the permanent number 6, but I assume Declan Rice will still be at number 8 at the moment. If not, he might go back down to number 6. And that's the thing. You have Thomas Partey, you have Jorginho. Both of them are pretty much reached their twilight of their late footballing career. You need experience, and that's why you need them. Declan Rice and Caicedo, at one point we signed both of them. You still can't let Partey and also Jorginho go just like that. I just think it's unfair, and I don't think it's going to do Arsenal any good at the moment. Again, we need more quality of depth in the middle, and I know Declan Rice has been quite healthy throughout his whole career, but there are teams or there are players where after they switch his teams, the injury records start to be more apparent. For example, Thomas Partey, first season, he has been missing the majority of the season with injury. Last season, towards the end of the season as well. This season, we did a pretty good job keeping him, but his form just couldn't really, answer that. But yeah, that will be all for the update for now on Declan Rice, Kai Havertz, Caicedo, and some outgoings contract extension as well. Hopefully by next week or by this Sunday, we're going to get a little bit more news on this matter. Again, I will keep you guys posted once every 3-4 days. That's what I'm aiming to do on this podcast. So thank you guys for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Have a great day, everyone, and I'll see you guys in a bit.